I'm pretty pleased to be here actually because the Powerhouse Museum is somewhere I've belonged for a long time, both as a visitor and someone who's worked here for a number of years, and Vibewire is somewhere where I've belonged also for a number of years. I've had a desk at Vibewire and a long association, so it feels pretty good to be up here right now. Okay, so something that's really important to me is learning, and in particular facilitating learning experiences for others. And I've been doing this for a while now, and in a really wide variety of contexts. And over the years, I've had a really strong interest in community-based practice, particularly with children and young people. And one of the challenges of this kind of learning facilitation is actually being able to create and hold open a space in which people can learn in ways that make sense to them, to bring learning into their environment and into their comfort zones, rather than asking them to come out of their comfort zone in order to learn. And about 2 years ago, I started a journey. I wanted to learn electronics. And I tried a few things to try and teach myself electronics. Firstly, I was working here in the museum in the ThinkSpace team. And so I sat in on some workshops, and actually I started teaching some electronics workshops with not a lot of knowledge, but a lot of passion. And then I bought the Spark Fun Inventor Kit, and it's got an Arduino Uno and some sensors and some bits and pieces in it. And I started working through the booklet that came with that kit. And then I tried an online course, and I read some blogs, and I watched YouTube and did all of that style of thing. But there was actually something missing from all of those things, because at points they all felt difficult, they all felt hard, and they all felt like they were not as much fun as I thought they should be. And what happened was I felt that there wasn't really a place in the world of electronics for women like me, who aren't necessarily geeks, don't have a background in that kind of engineering, IT or science, who like to be social and who want to learn. And maybe I wasn't the only one with this feeling. So I texted a friend of mine, Pia Van Gelder, and we got together for a drink and we came up with a name and we were off. ElectroCraft was born. And also at about that time, the Sydney Mini Maker Fair was calling for stall holders. So I kind of took a risk and I filled out the paperwork, and I asked my two best mates, Gina and Annette, thanks to those guys, if they would help me on the day. And honestly, I think they said yes because it was my birthday that day, but anyway, I'm really grateful that they did it. And I created a logo using an iPhone app, created a Facebook group. I asked Omar if we could have our first meetup at Vibewire. And honestly, I actually had no idea what to expect at that point. So we turned up on the day, we set up a table, and we started talking to people. And mostly I told them that it would be like a book club or a bitch and stitch or something along those lines, but for women who wanted to do electronic projects. All backgrounds, beginners most welcome. We talked to heaps of people that day at the Mini Maker Fair, and we had a lot of support, and it really seemed to strike a chord with people. And you know, there was a lot of support from men too, which actually continues today. The men in our circles are very supportive, and we like to thank them for that. So that was November last year, and you'll notice in those slides so far, there've actually been no people, because when I made that slideshow for the Mini Maker Fair, I didn't have a meetup yet. I was just, you know, theorising what one might feel like. But they're not missing anymore. Here we are at our last meetup. Our meetups are friendly and social. There's usually about 8 women from a core group of about 20 or so who are regular attendees. We meet once a month at Vibewire. There are 84 members on our Facebook page. You're welcome to join us. Men and women are welcome to join us. We don't exclude men, we just are for women. Does that make sense? Anyway, search for ElectroCraft and you'll find us. The one without the glasses is Pia. This is from our first workshop, our first meetup in December. And I think what's going on here is they're hacking a musical birthday card. You know those ones that sing? Yeah. This is from our hands-on day at the Powerhouse Museum, where we made stuff, broke stuff, shared stuff, and had a good day. I've also run electronic workshops at UTS, and they were attended by over 100 girls, all high school students. That was pretty awesome. Lately there's been a lot of hands-on action at our meetups. We compare our gear and our tools, and it's a great way to learn. This is Jenny making some jewellery. There's also several of us who share a love of e-textiles. This is Maddie making a light-up shirt with a sensor for her son. Some of our group are actually engineers and IT professionals and know what they're doing in this space, and we're really glad that they share that knowledge with us. This is Carla. She's doing a PhD in electrical engineering. Something about sensors for bionic eyes. Awesome stuff. But mostly we're just having fun. So it's still grassroots. It's still manageable. We're still about the social learning, and I'm really proud of that fact. And for those of us who attend, this really has become somewhere that we feel we can belong. So if this is something you're interested in, our next meetup is on Thursday the 3rd of July at 6:30 p.m. at Vibewire. The theme of this particular meetup is wine and sushi, because we've been saying all along that we would have food and drink, but we haven't actually done it yet. So we thought if we made it the theme, it might actually happen this time. You're more than welcome to join us on Facebook or come along. And finally, I'd just like to thank our supporters, Vibewire for the space, and Little Bird Electronics, who bring stuff for us to break and hack. Thank you very much, guys.